Welcome to ScottyCast, where I'll be interviewing lots and lots of very, very interesting people, some CEOs, some people that are just have incredible ideas about things and what have you. And I'm very glad you've ended up here on my podcast, and all the best. And I hope you enjoy the episode. Hello, and welcome to the first podcast of 4 in the series of the Lords of War. Today I'm going to talk about the offenses in China and the kind of oppression that the people of the Uyghurs, spelled Uyghurs, must endure. But first of all, I'd like to read the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, as I will do in each of the episodes in this series. It goes as follows. Whereas recognition of the inherent dignity and of the equal and inalienable rights of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Whereas disregard and contempt for human rights have resulted in barbarous acts which have outraged the conscience of mankind, and the advent of a world in which human beings shall enjoy freedom of speech, in belief, and freedom from fear and want has been proclaimed as the highest aspiration of the common people. That's the end of the reading. Now comes the real thing, the real podcast, the main podcast. Well, as you can imagine, the situation in China right now is very, very different from what is contained in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Chinese government, or let's say the CCP, as they call the Chinese Communist Party, has been breaking all of the laws of this Universal Declaration. It's been detaining and abusing different groups, whether it's the Uyghur or the Falun Gong, or several other groups that exist in China. If any of the groups even mention anything religious that goes against the doctrine of the CCP, they will be persecuted and arrested. Additionally, many people are suppressed, sometimes sexually abused and raped. Sometimes they're even executed. It is really abhorrent what the Chinese are doing to their people. They make them do forced labor. They take away all religious freedom that these people have. It's a very serious situation right now that I can't even begin to say how many things have gone wrong in the country and have been done to injure these helpless people. People from these religious groups, as I said before, have been executed. There have even been mass murders. They've been imprisoned. These people have had all of their rights taken away. Just imagine that, how that would be. Just try to put yourself in that place. Something has to be done by the world community to put this down. This is a bit of a joke now, but China belongs to the club called, quote, the worst places in the world, end quote. Please help to make this stop. There are other countries that I'm going to speak about in the Lord of War series. They are North Korea, Russia, and last but not least, the United States. The United States has had a long history of violent suppression, murder, rape, and other human rights violations, which began with the Indians many years ago. But it didn't stop there. But now I'm going to continue with the original subject, namely China. Recently, I was approached by a man from this group when I was in Stockholm called the Falun Gong. Ever since then, I've been a big follower of Falun Gong. The Falun Gong is a very peaceful organization. They practice a traditional approach to improve mind and body. I don't know that much about the Uyghur yet, but I have a feeling that they are also very peaceful and know their dignity was completely taken away by the Chinese. They are put down by the Chinese at every turn. There's just no way I can express my outrage at what's going on in China right now. I've had Chinese friends. I've also had a Chinese girlfriend at one point in my life, and they were all very peaceful people. But the people that moved out of China are being followed by Chinese agents. They sneak into various countries where they are found. The ones that stay in China are being coerced by the government into forced labor and being put in prison for just using free speech. Just look at what happened in Tiananmen Square all those years ago. They brought in the tanks and put down all those people and college students. Some even died in that terrible event. They were just college kids. They sprayed them with high-pressure hoses and hit them with batons. China would be well advised to be more like Taiwan, which is truly a democratic country. Their gross national product is huge, and their economic system has proven itself time and time again. China is very likely jealous of Taiwan's accomplishments. China was incensed and attempted to take over the country because of that. The idea of having a free society has really disturbed China. China is putting down everything it can, even the internet. Facebook isn't allowed. They have their own social media, which is complete propaganda. That's all it is. They spread propaganda wherever they can. They even go after people in the United States that have moved there, trying to get away from them. They have even sent agents over there to try to arrest them. So all I can say that I really want to see that China starts respecting the lives of people in their country and that they don't rape, kill, or imprison their own people. It's bad enough that other countries are doing that, but China is number one in this regard. It's really quite a serious situation, and I hope that you will support me and support the Universal Declaration of Human Rights as well, which I'm going to read at the beginning of each one of these, the 4-part series called The Lords of War. I can't say much more about that now. I just beg you to try and help the Chinese people that are being put down. They are economically suppressed, sexually assaulted, killed, and put in prison. Well, thank you for listening. All the best to you, and good morning or good night to you, whatever you're listening to, wherever you're listening to these words. I pray to you, and I pray for you that you will help in this endeavor. I also pray that you support my quest to make these things much, much better in this world. Thank you. And I hope you follow my podcast. Bye-bye.